Beautiful. Look at our three beautiful faces on screen on our YouTube channel. All right, let me monitor these views real quick. Right now it's just us. You love to see it.
Okay, I'm doing all the YouTube settings so we don't get kicked off.
That's the dream. Not getting kicked off of YouTube midstream.
That would be nice. We would
That would
love
be-
for that to happen.
That'd be sensational. I feel every time we say this every week, I'm like, some part of me is like, we're jinxing it.
We're inching closer and closer to the inevitable, no doubt. But aren't we always doing that?
Aren't supposed to push boundaries, you know? That's what it's really
Just
about.
ask questions here. Ask the big questions. So now we've got 11 people hanging out with us.
11 of our most faithful followers.
Yes, thank you guys for being with us. As per usual here, holding house until 7:05. Our resident joke teller, Anna Maria, will be hitting you with some terrible jokes soon to sort of keep the ball in the air as we hold house until 7:05 for all of our lovely audience members.
Yes. All right, we're up to 14 now. First and foremost, if this is your first time joining us, hello. Welcome. Welcome to the quarantine. We love you and we're so glad you're here. And if you're a returning audience member, thanks so much for coming back. We love seeing you every Friday. Now that we're up to 15 viewers, I think it's time that I start my joke telling. Are y'all ready for this one? I don't know if you are.
No.
Truthfully.
Nobody is.
Nothing could ever train you for this. All right. Wait, let me find it.
Wow. That was very anticlimactic.
Okay, everybody calm down. All right. Why did the Clydesdale give the pony a glass of water?
Come on. Because he's a little horse.
Okay, good. I was just testing you.
I don't want to judge you at all, Anna Maria, but I'm pretty sure we've told that joke before.
Oh my God, have we? Listen. I've slept since then. We've done.
Now that we got 25 people here in the chat, thank you for joining us.
To hear a reused joke.
We're holding house until 7:05 here at the quarantine series until our double feature gets started. So we got a couple more minutes. Anna Maria, round 2. What you got?
Okay. All right. I'm a little shaken now, but I'm gonna keep it moving. Oh, now I'm anxious.
Okay. Well, have you heard of Murphy's Law?
Yes.
What is it?
It's like when you say a thing and then it's like, oh, it will
Right.
happen.
Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. But what about coleslaw? It's a thin sliced cabbage dripped in mayonnaise and sour cream.
I hate it here.
Go back and reuse the jokes because then you won't suck.
Wait, I have one. I like this one. What do you call a fish without eyes?
What? All right, that's the winner tonight, no doubt. We still have a minute, so if we got one more.
I really want to end on that strong note.
Yeah, it's a really strong positive note.
I had to redeem myself for reusing the joke.
It reminds me of Samuel Beckett short "Not I." Sorry.
Yeah, that's actually where I derived the joke from. You know me. What do cows most like to read? This isn't as good. I'm warning you from now.
Movies, I don't know. So.
To read, not watch.
I know.
Go back to the note carton.
Catalogs.
No. Okay. All right.
7:05. We're done.
Thankfully.
You're all welcome. Beautiful.
All right, everyone. Hello and welcome back to the Quarantine series. We are a Houston, Texas-based play reading series that offers new plays a workshop process, rehearsals, and a directed public reading, all through virtual conferencing and live streaming. Super cool. Tonight, we'll be presenting two new short one-act comedies back to back. I know. First up, we've got A Bitter Pill, written by Monique Giroux, directed by Gina Magallon. Incredible team. And second, we will be Not the Ladies' Room by Ellen Whitlinger, directed by Anna Maria. Two killer plays, super good. Really excited for these comedies tonight. At the end of the presentation tonight, I will be facilitating a talkback with all of the artists involved. We'll be taking questions from you in our YouTube live chat. So make sure that you're logged into the chat so you can talk to us. We love seeing your live reactions during the plays in the chat. And in a theater, you can't really be like, oh, snap, no, she didn't just pull out a knife, what? But here, you can do that in our chat. So get in there. And we really encourage you to ask questions and stay tuned afterwards to hear them answered by the artists. And lastly, the Quarantine series is currently a donate if you can operation. What that means is that we recognize that this pandemic is economically disastrous for a lot of people. So we're not asking for any payment whatsoever. However, if you have the means and you feel moved to donate, our Venmo is at the Quarantine series, and our Cash App is also $ the Quarantine series. If you'd like to donate, please send all your funds that way. All of the funds collected tonight will be evenly distributed among the artists within the company for the presentation tonight. And if you don't have the means to donate, you can still support us at the Quarantine series by following our pages on Facebook and Instagram. It's the Quarantine series on Facebook and the Quarantine series HTX on Instagram. Please leave a review on our Facebook or share and comment on our post to show your love. And check out this anonymous survey link that we're about to drop in the chat right now to give us feedback on things you think we could do better or things you love. We love hearing everything that y'all have to share with us. So without any further ado, I'll be throwing you over to Sophie Addix, who's going to be reading the stage directions for the first play tonight. So I hope you enjoy A Bitter Pill by Monique Giroux.
A Bitter Pill, a play in one act by Monique Giroux. Cast of characters. Chloe, a high-maintenance woman in her 50s, so privileged she does not see other people's struggles. Tara, a woman in her 50s. Tara and Chloe are childhood friends with similar privileged backgrounds, but Tara has had a much harder life. Father, a wealthy, worldly, charming man in his mid-70s. Setting, present-day New York City. A Park Avenue living room, chic and understated. Bottles of creams, perfumes, and various beauty products are stacked all over the coffee table. At Rise, Chloe is off stage in the kitchen. Tara enters.
Come in, the door is open.
I'm here, hi.
Hi, I'll be right out.
Tara stops at the small coffee table that is covered with bottles of perfume and lotions. She starts to sample some.
Ooh, look at all the goodies. Oh my.
Tara picks a perfume bottle up and smells it.
Smells nice.
Tara samples other lotions, rubbing it on her hands.
Like it? Like this one a lot.
She takes another one, smells it, and then drops it back on the table, slightly disgusted.
Ooh, not sure about that. Ugh.
Oh, hi, darling. So excited. I made some tea.
I see you got started.
Yes, a little je ne sais quoi. Harold said, try everything, darling, try everything. So I did.
I think it's a really good beginning.
You see, darling, I feel that at 50, I still have a lot to offer. You know, I have all this knowledge and I care about people. So I feel this would just be a natural progression in my life. And Harold agrees. He thinks I should fill my time with hobbies and not wait up, which is fine with me. I put all my personal products on the table and que sera.
It's a great start.
You, thank you. The idea I had was we start from here and we go to there. It's easy. What do you think? I've traveled all over the world, and everywhere I went, I bought something. And now is the time to sell. Sell the lot of it. Time to let go. Shall I show you?
Let's leave the products, although they're yummy. But for just a second, let's leave them on the table and talk a bit about what you have in mind. So give me an idea. What is the overarching theme of your site? Sort of the broad concept so that I understand better.
Well, I don't know, darling. I was hoping, well, it could be like talking about all the things that women over 50 want to talk about. Would you like some tea?
Yes, please.
How have you been doing, darling? I haven't seen you in ages. I almost said since high school, but I know that you came to our wedding. How have you been?
I've been all right.
But we've missed you. You know, you never answer your texts. Naughty, naughty. But I know that I'm not very good at keeping in touch either.
Life goes on.
But you look fantastic. God, you look exactly like you looked in high school. How do you do it?
You are such a liar. Oh, well, you look exactly like you looked in high school, too. It's amazing.
You know, when I told Harold about this crazy idea, he said only you could make it happen.
Me?
Yes, you.
Well, that's nice of him.
Well, he's always liked you, even in high school. He married me, but I think he fancied you. Ancient history, but funny nonetheless. Anywho, he says that you have the know-how, and I have the inspiration.
Okay, well, he was pretty vague about everything when we talked over the phone, so you are going to have to fill me in a bit more about what the project involves.
Yes. Well, Harold is always very vague. Anywho, these products are a reflection of my life. They are my life. Do you think we can sell them?
Maybe the unopened ones could be sold, but definitely not the other ones.
I am aware that women are changing. There's a shift in the culture. Things are moving. I can feel it, and I want to be in on it. Do you think it's too late?
I can really only help you with basic stuff: online storefront, credit card processing, social media, that sort of stuff. I don't generate content. I don't know anything about the pulse of our culture.
I see.
I charge $150 an hour.
Oh, okay.
Harry said he would take care of everything when we talked on the phone.
Yes. Now, the name of my blog. I was thinking Chloe's advice column, or simply Chloe. The Chloe. Chloe.com. TheChloe.com. Oh, that's it. TheChloe.com. That's it. Write that down. Well, that's a relief. We got something. We made a lot of progress today. Don't you agree?
Yes, that's a good start.
TheChloe.com. I love it. It's fantastic. TheChloe.com. TheChloe.com. Oh my God. It started. What's next?
Well, maybe we should start with you explaining what you have in mind. Very casual, very whiteboardy, very free flowing. What are you seeing?
What am I seeing?
Yes. What are you seeing?
What am I seeing? Well, I thought we could sell some products and I could write a column and people could read my column and comment on it. And then we could have this interaction and people would really like it and seek out my advice. I'd be a bit of an authority on the topic. I'd be like the Chloe, and people would really want to know what the Chloe thinks. And I'd be invited to parties.
Is there a particular color palette you like?
Ooh, I like colors.
I can tell you have a lot of great ideas, but websites are really all about selling products. There's not a lot of romance around it. It's pretty basic, straightforward stuff. It's really not.
No. This is the beginning. I can feel it. This is the beginning of something. And I'm excited. Are you?
Of course.
We just have to keep the flow going and more things will pop up. So what should we do next? Huh?
Defining your unique proposition, what makes your site unique, is a good thing to think about.
You've changed. It just a little bit, just a little teeny bit from wild and crazy. Wanna puff? Remember?
I'm working now.
Still so serious. I like it. In business, you have to be serious. You can't be, yoo-hoo, let's party.
This job is important to me, Chloe. High school was a long time ago.
Because you didn't marry your high school sweetheart like I did.
Right out of high school, you two tied the knot. Young love.
Young, yes. Love. Meh.
Oh, Chloe.
Oh, no. Don't feel sorry for me. Harold and I have had a good marriage, a good, solid marriage. It's just also been a very long marriage is all. Let me show you some of my products.
Okay, let's just jump in.
Admire my treasure trove. I have a product for everything. This makes you young, and this makes you sexy. This alive. This sleepy. This, oh, I could care less. This you put between your toes, and it tightens your butt. It's not a pill, so don't swallow it.
I'm seeing a basic online shopping site where you can sell anything.
It's all crap anyways. You might as well sell it.
Well, it's definitely easily doable.
Look at this sample I got. 3 little pills. It says, let me see. Where? Oh, it says, will reveal happiness, and bring you peace. I like that. Excellent slogan, don't you agree?
A little generic.
Chloe takes out the pill and pops it in her mouth.
What are you doing? Don't swallow that. You don't know what's in it.
Oh, it's sour.
Lights change. Chloe is reliving a moment in time when she was 12 years old and playing with her dog. She is young, free, exuberant, playing with her dog Boomer, who is licking her face. She giggles childishly and seems very young.
Oh, Boomer! Boomer, you silly doggy, you silly doggy. Are you happy to see me? You happy to see me? Boomer, come here. Come here. Oh, you rascal. Yes, I love you. I love you, Boomer, Woomer. My Boomer, Woomer, Woomer. My doggy. My doggy woggy. I love you, my doggy. I love you. I love you.
Lights change. Chloe is immobilized on her knees. She is staring out in space.
Chloe? Chloe, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm feeling a little sad, is all.
Why? What happened?
I just I just saw my dog from when I was 12 years old. My God, I was 12 and I was playing with my dog. It felt so real. He was right here licking my face.
You looked a little out of it.
He's gone now.
Have some tea. Don't pop pills like that. You don't know what's in that stuff. It's not regulated. It could be a poison or a hallucinogenic.
I'm fine. I'm fine. What? What are we talking about? Oh, yes, yes, yes. What do you think a 50-year-old woman wants? Well, I have no idea. And I'm a 50-year-old woman. It's a complete mystery. I'm a woman. I'm 50, and I don't know what I want. Not a clue. Truth be told, I've never known what I've wanted. I just sort of drifted and landed.
It's okay not to want anything. Maybe you're content, satisfied, and that's why you don't want anything. You have a lot already. Maybe you don't need anything more.
I don't feel contented or satisfied.
How can you not be content? I mean, look at you. Look at your surroundings. You have everything. You live in a beautiful Park Avenue apartment. You have the skin of a 20-year-old.
Thank you.
You wear beautiful clothes, expensive jewelry. You're healthy.
Like an ox.
You have a lot of money. You have 4 healthy grown children. I'm guessing most people hate you.
Well, if they really knew me, they wouldn't hate me. And it's because they don't know me that sometimes they dislike me.
Envy you is what I meant. What I'm saying is that you are in a unique position most people would kill for. It's a great opportunity.
I never found my center, Tara. I drifted and got lost.
You can make a difference in the world. I mean, don't you want to get involved or sell products? I guess you have so many options.
Well, what would you have liked to be? I've never asked you.
In a dream world, in a completely make-believe world, a web designer.
What if I took the other pill?
What?
There were 2 more pills. I saw Boomer. Imagine what else I might get to see.
Chloe, don't. It's dangerous. Chloe, no! Oh my God.
Lights change.
Oh, it's me. Oh, look, it's me at 18. I'm at college and I'm in the auditorium. I remember that t-shirt. Oh, God, those jeans. Oh, I am so young, so pretty. Look at me. I'm so fragile. I'm shy. That's funny. I don't remember being shy. Oh, look at me. I'm a good student. I'm taking notes, so earnest, so studious. Oh, so pretty. Oh, I have a question. I'm intelligent. I have a question. I always was a very good student. I always got A's. It was easy for me. I don't remember being so shy, though. Professor, she has a question. He has a question, but she has a question too. It's her turn, don't you think? She has a question, sir. I think you should take her question. You've already taken 2 questions from that guy. Why not take her question? Don't you think Smarty Pants over there should stop talking for a minute? I mean, just to catch his breath? He's been going on for the last 20 minutes! Sir, I mean, really, it's not that important. I mean, if you can't figure that out, maybe you just shouldn't be a professor at this university, and I'd appreciate it if you turned your attention over here to this young lady. Sir, excuse me? Sir, are you leaving? Hey, asshole! Answer her fucking question, you hear me? Answer her question! She has a question! She's got a fucking question over here, so you answer her! You're fucking, just fucking answer!
Lights change back. Chloe is staring out into space mid-scream. Tara does not know what's going on.
I didn't like that one as much.
What are these pills doing to you?
It's too hard to explain. There's stuff there that was there that I never saw. And now I'm seeing it for the first time.
I'd like to try one.
No.
Why not?
Well, it might kill you.
No, it won't. Let me try one.
Tara, this is not a happiness pill. I know that it says that on the label, but it's false advertising.
I want to try one, Chloe. Why should you get to try all the pills? Give me one. It's not fair.
Tara, this is a sequence of pills, like an antibiotic. I have to take all 3.
No, you don't. You just want to take all 3 pills. You don't have to. I want to try one, and it's only fair that I should get to try one too. Why should you always get more than everybody else? It's not fair. I want to see all the things that I've never seen before, or whatever else you're doing. Stop taking everything from me all the time. It's my turn. I want it. Give it to me.
No.
Yes, give it to me.
They tussle, and Tara punches Chloe and knocks her. Chloe lies unconscious on the carpet floor.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Chloe? Chloe, are you okay? Oh my God.
Tara is shocked to see Chloe lying there unconscious. She does not know what to do. She checks Chloe's pulse. She then grabs the pill that Chloe has in her hand and runs to the front of the stage. She looks at the pill in her hand and then takes it. She stares out expectantly. She waits. Nothing happens. She waits some more. Nothing happens. Blackout. At Rise, Chloe is still lying unconscious on the floor. Tara is sitting on the couch staring out. Slowly, Chloe comes to.
Oh my God. My head.
You feeling okay?
Not really. Why am I lying on the floor?
I smacked you in the face and you fell on the floor and passed out.
Oh, ouch. I remember. You're a bitch. And my head hurts. Oh.
Realizing she doesn't have the last pill anymore.
You took the last pill.
I took it and I swallowed it.
How could you?
How could I? How could I? More like, why shouldn't I? Don't you ever tire of being such a big pain in the ass? Lording it over everyone from your gold box. Do you ever stop for a moment to wonder what I want?
No, what do you want?
Well, for starters, I want to meet my dog. I didn't have a dog, but that doesn't matter. I want to have, I want to be, I have wants too, you know? I'm sorry I hit you. That was wrong. And I shouldn't have done it. I'm sorry.
How long have I been out for?
Less than like 5 minutes.
I can't believe you took the last pill. And then you call me a pain in the ass. Ugh. Did you?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
That's strange.
Yeah.
Chloe gets up and starts tidying things up.
I think that we've gotten a bit off course with our project, don't you? We need to regroup. These pills, whatever they are clearly not good for either of us. I might have briefly enjoyed being reunited with my dog Boomer, but I think that going forward we should act more wisely and not eat the samples.
I totally agree.
Good. I also feel that we should address some clear hostility I am feeling on your part towards my part. There are some remarks made earlier. How should I put it? Sounded a little aggressive.
It won't happen again.
I feel that we can make this website, thechloe.com, into a huge success, and that we can do it together as friends.
Thank you, Chloe. That's sweet of you. There's something I need to get off my chest. I need to tell you something.
Sure.
Outside of this apartment, there's a world out there that is, how should I put it, quite cruel. I know you don't see it, and I know you will never see it, but I just wanted you to know it exists.
Well, I'll do my very best to stay away from it then. Thanks for the warning.
Not what I meant. I just would like you to acknowledge that your world is not the world of 99.9% of the world. You live in a privileged little bubble that was handed to you, and you can't even see that.
I just don't see the point of what you are saying. So what? Really? I mean, what do you expect me to do? Pretend I don't have money? I mean, that would be lying. Do you want me to lie so that you feel better about your situation? I mean, Tara, things are the way they are. It's not my fault. I got lucky and you didn't.
Through no merit of your own.
What?
Through no merit of your own. You should add that at the end. At a minimum, you should be saying, I have money through no merit of my own. I just got lucky.
Well, I disagree. I disagree wholeheartedly. I'll have you know that I work very hard. I work very hard at what I do.
You can't work hard at being lucky.
This is pointless. I'm going to make us some tea. We need to take a break.
She walks off stage. Tara remains seated on the couch. Chloe's father walks on stage and sits on the couch.
Oh my God! Are you?
Chloe's father.
You're dead.
I guess not, because here I am.
Oh my God. How is that even possible?
You ate the last pill, and here I am.
It's the pill? It's the pill I ate? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. And now you're here.
I'm supposed to appear to Chloe, help her resolve some issues and other such nonsense. Unfortunately, somebody else ate the last pill.
Please go away.
I can't do that.
You're dead. Please go back to your tomb.
I'm part of a 3-pill sequence. I'm the last pill, the finale, so to speak, like an antibiotic. That is before the little switcheroo happened.
You are scaring me to death. You look so real.
Chloe comes back on stage. She is not aware that her father is there. She puts the tea tray down. She goes to sit down where her father is sitting on the couch. He quickly moves over. The father is now sitting between Chloe and Tara on the couch.
I made some mint with chamomile tea. It's an infusion and it is not a sample, so we are perfectly safe. I've had it before and it has a very calming influence on my nerves. If I'm having a bad day or if I'm feeling a little jittery, a little aggressive, I have a cup and it calms me right down. Would you like a cup?
Thank you.
Sugar?
Yes. Thank you.
There. You'll see, this will make everything just right again.
They drink in silence.
You know, Tara, I was thinking about what you said, and maybe I should get more involved. Maybe I should do some charity work, for example. I've been thinking about it, and but between my trips and my yoga classes, it's hard to get things on my schedule, but you are right. It's important to be involved and to help others. I have been selfish, but I really don't know much about anything.
She doesn't. It's true.
I think I had a lot of potential when I was young, but I was never able to make myself bloom. You know, I I sort of withered on the stem. It's all coming into focus now.
Chloe, I have to tell you something.
She can't hear me, remember? You ate the pill.
Yes?
I've been unfair to you. Very, very unfair. I've done you a terrible, terrible disservice. I so regret it now.
Oh, don't say that.
Yes, I have. I realize that now. I was completely stupid and I made a horrible mistake. A horrible, horrible mistake. I don't know what to do about it.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Really, all that matters is that we're friends. I mean, that's what really matters to me. It's your friendship. I'm so lonely sometimes. You have no idea. And to have you here, it just means the world to me.
Chloe hugs her father as if he were Tara. Tara realizes that although Chloe cannot see her father, he is present in any interaction Chloe has with people.
Chloe,
Yes?
did you hug me just now?
Yes. Oh, you don't mind, do you?
No. That's fine.
It's nice to have you here.
Chloe, tell me about your dad.
My dad?
Yes, tell me about him.
Well, there's not much to tell. He was a self-made entrepreneur. He made a lot of money. He had many wives, many mistresses, many employees, many cars. You know, that sort of thing. I was his only child, I think at least.
You're my only child. God help me.
Not a lot of friends, I'm guessing.
Oh no, he had many friends.
What was he like? Was he a good father? Did he love you a lot?
Well, he was busy. He was running a very large company, so he had a lot of responsibilities.
So he wasn't around a lot. He was absent.
Well, I'm here now.
Is there something you've always wanted to tell your dad? Something that you've never been able to tell him? Something that you'd like to tell him if you saw him again?
Well, I love my dad, so.
That's great. That's great. You love your dad. She loves you.
Looks at the dad expectantly, hoping that now he will leave.
And I love her.
Okay, that's not it.
I always loved my dad.
And I always loved my daughter.
Yeah, you love each other, so that's not the problem. What is it? What?
You really shouldn't have eaten the pill.
Well, I wouldn't have eaten it if I'd known you were gonna show up.
Tara, who are you talking to?
Chloe, your father is here.
Oh, God. What? Where?
Here.
Here?
Like your dog, except I can see him and you can't.
What? My dad?
Yes.
Dad? I can't feel anything.
Try touching my face.
Chloe puts her hands on her father's face.
Well, now I can feel your face, silly. Ugh. You need some moisturizer, silly Tara.
Chloe, he really is here.
Why is he here? I mean, is he upset about something?
Are you upset about something?
No.
No.
I can't talk to my father through a proxy. I just can't. You're gonna have to leave, Tara.
Fine.
Tara leaves.
Daddy?
Yes?
Are you really here?
I'm really here.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Well, I wanted to tell you that.
That you wish you had accomplished more in your life? That you wish you had me? That you had wish you had made me proud? Yada, yada, yada. I know what you're going to say, Chloe. I've heard it all before.
Gosh, I wish I could see you.
I can see you, Chloe, and I want you to listen to me good now.
I love you so much, Daddy.
Chloe, you are an adult. Do you understand that? Stop looking for approval from me. I'm not interested.
Been so lonely without you. It's like all the fun got sucked out of life.
You've got to live. Live with every fiber in your being. Be a wild dog. Don't make me proud. Make me angry for a change. I don't understand how you became so dependent, so needy. It wasn't my fault. God damn it. I gave you everything. Everything. There was nothing you didn't want that I didn't give you.
Remember all those wonderful parties you and Mommy used to throw where all the rich and famous people would come? Gosh, that was so much fun. It's It's not like that here anymore, that's for sure.
Look, I know men are supposed to spend time with their children, but not men of my generation. That was not the expectation. We were supposed to provide. And Christ, I fulfilled my side of the bargain.
I just started a new company. You're going to laugh. TheChloe.com. Isn't that a cute name? We're going to sell products because you know how much I like to shop. It's just a little something, to keep me busy.
It's not that I'm disappointed in you. I'm not. You were always perfect to me from the moment you were born.
Life is so dull without you. You sort of made everything shine. You were magical. You really were. You know, nobody can be like you. Everything's gone sort of gray and dull since you died.
Tara comes back into the room.
How are things going?
Fine.
Making any progress? Will you be leaving soon?
As far as I can tell, you will never be rid of me.
He walks off stage.
Oh. Tara. Can he really hear me? Can he? I don't know.
He's in the kitchen now,
What's he doing?
looking out the window.
Is he happy?
It's hard to tell. Your dad is not easy to read.
No, Tara. I know he's disappointed in me. I just know it. But it's not because I don't try. I do try. I did everything I was supposed to do. Even when I disagree, I do it. I want him to be happy. But he's never happy. And now I don't know anymore. I'm tired.
You do work hard, Chloe. I never realized quite how hard you work.
I work hard at all the wrong things.
Your loyalty to your dad is admirable, but not sure he's as keen on it, though.
What do you mean?
It sounded like he wanted you to get off his back. I mean, from what I can hear in the kitchen.
What are you talking about? How dare you? How dare you talk about my dad like that?
I'm sorry, I forgot that you couldn't hear what he was saying.
You're talking rubbish. Just shut up.
Chloe pushes all the samples off the table and starts to stew on the corner of the couch.
Suit yourself.
Tara sees the wrapping from the box of pills that's fallen on the floor and picks it up. She reads the label.
Will reveal happiness and bring you peace. What a joke. More like will reveal the truth and bring you misery. Wait, Chloe, listen. Remember when you took the pill, the first pill, you saw your dog and your dog loved you, right?
Yes.
You were happy, right?
Yes.
And then you saw yourself as a young girl, right?
Yes.
And you liked yourself as a young girl, right?
Yes.
You're happy, right?
Yes.
Yes.
What?
No, yes. You were happy with yourself as a young girl.
Yes, I was a beautiful young woman.
And then I ate the last pill, but let's say you had eaten the last pill. What would have happened? Please just tell me what would have happened to make you happy. Here, pretend I'm your dad.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what would have happened.
So I'm your dad. What would have happened? What would you have told him?
I once was the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. We made billions of dollars every year.
What would you have seen?
People would do what I said because I said it. When I entered a room, people would listen. I could talk for hours uninterrupted. I was the center of the universe, and the universe was me.
I don't know that he didn't like me.
Enough with the self-pity. Look at him for a change.
Gold sprouts from my hands. I'm the chosen one. I rule Wall Street. I have so many cars. I don't even know. I don't even have a driver's license.
I would see.
Everyone wants to be me. So I tell them, take a number and go to the back of the line because there's room for only one showman. And that showman is me.
I see someone who is so fragile. And I need to protect him because I love him so much.
Lights freeze. Blackout. End of scene. It is a few days later. Tara and Chloe are talking over the phone to each other. You can only see their faces holding their cell phones.
So, how have you been feeling?
Good.
Really? No flashbacks, no hallucinations,
No.
no visitors.
No, although I wouldn't have minded that.
Yeah.
No. No visitors. I've been feeling happy actually.
That's good.
Yeah, just sort of myself, a content sort of me.
I'm so happy to hear that. I really am. You know, I wanted to apologize again for my behavior. I really shouldn't have hit you. And certainly taking the last pill was completely out of bounds.
That's okay. No hard feeling.
So, look, about the website, I could come by and we could start working. I kind of need the money. It's the end of the month and always things get a bit tight. So are you free this week?
I'm not really into it anymore. I'm too old for that stuff. I mean, come on. Me and the internet. I think I'm just gonna chill.
Oh, okay.
And be happy. Because there's nothing complicated about being happy. I'm amazed it took me so long to figure it out.
The website was a great idea.
Well, Harold will pay you. He'll pay you the full amount. Like, you built it and everything. How's that?
Sure. That's great. That's very generous of you. Thank you.
Of course. Just send him the bill. It's beautiful to be alive, Tara. It really is.
Yeah.
So I'll see you around.
Yeah. Take care. Bye-bye.
Chloe hangs up. Tara hangs up second. The father comes to sit next to Tara on the couch.
Well, I'm glad she's doing so well.
Tara looks away, exasperated. Blackout. End of play.
Alrighty, everybody. That was A Bitter Pill. Once again, a little round of applause for our actors. Woohoo, woohoo. Just want to say that after the presentation tonight, we will be having a talk back with all of the artists involved, including our lovely playwrights. So for all of you watching our YouTube live, feel free to stay tuned after our next performance and to just hear what we've got going on. And another reminder, the quarantine series is a donate what you can operation. So if you're liking what you're seeing, you can support us by donating to our Venmo at the quarantine series, or our Cash App, which is $the quarantine series. Once again, thank you all so much for sticking with us. We've got a great play coming up. Once again, that was A Bitter Pill by Monique Giroux, directed by Gina Magayan. Chloe was played by Zoe Ellis. Tara was played by Anna Maria, and the father was played by Scott Searles. Next up is Not the Ladies' Room by Ellen Whitlinger, directed by Anna Maria. Susan will be played by Maggie Maxwell. Nathan will be played by Zach Howard. Chloe will be played by Chanel Goma, and Woman will be played by Sophie Atticus. Not the ladies' room. Characters. Susan, 63, a lawyer, on her fourth husband. Nathan, 32, a veterinarian dating a French horn player. Chloe, 13, a well-to-do, well-spoken child. Woman, 40, very pregnant. Setting. We are in a bathroom in an old concert hall in a city on the East Coast. A row of stalls which have seen better days runs along the back wall. One of them is closed and has a sign on it that says out of service. There's a radiator along the stage left wall. A door to the lobby of the concert hall is stage right. An invisible mirror hangs along the downstage wall, with invisible sinks and paper towel dispensers beneath it. An invisible hand dryer is on the same wall as the door. One of the overhead lights tends to flicker. At rise, women come and go in and out of the stalls, miming, washing, drying their hands. The women check their hair and makeup in the invisible mirror. Noise of all stall doors opening and closing, water running, hand dryers roaring. Susan walks in, enters a stall. One by one, everyone but Susan finishes and leaves. Susan's stall door remains closed, as does the one next to her. Eventually, Nathan's voice comes from the stall next to Susan's.
Hello?
Yes? Are you talking to me?
Yeah, are you finished?
What?
I mean, when are you leaving?
None of your business. And by the way, this is the ladies' room.
No, it's not. The door says stalls only, no urinals. Nothing about who can come in here.
Well, it always used to be. That
Used to be is not now. Come on, get with the times.
I'm sorry. Are you transgender? My doctor is actually transgender.
Wrong. I am a cisgendered man. Not that I have to explain myself to whoever you are.
Susan comes out of her stall annoyed.
And why would you want to come in the ladies' room?
It's not the ladies' room.
Can't even see you. You know, I can't tell if you're.
What difference does it make what I look like?
You could be some kind of pervert or a rapist.
You can tell that by looking. There's a police department that wants you, lady. Calm down, for God's sake.
Just wanted a little privacy in the women's bathroom, but I suppose that's too much to ask for.
Well, privacy is hard to come by, and in the men's room too. Or rather, the room with many urinals and one disgusting stall.
Susan washes her hands, dries them, turns to stare at the closed stall door.
Are you leaving?
No? Are you?
You know, the way it used to work is once the hands were washed, one exited the restroom.
I'm still resting.
Oh, come on, give me a break.
He pushes out of the stall, letting the door bang behind him.
I need to be alone.
Well, go be alone someplace else. I'm being alone here.
He turns and washes his hands, dries them.
The intermission is over. Everybody else went back in. What are you waiting for?
Why would I tell you?
Why not? Is it some big secret?
No,
Well, then why can't you tell me?
because I don't want to.
Oh, come on.
Why do you care anyway?
I don't care. I'm just hoping if I annoy you enough, you'll leave.
Well, you're out of luck.
You have an incontinence problem and you like to be near the toilet.
No, not that I would tell you if I did.
Nathan goes to the door and opens it. Music drifts in faintly.
You can't afford a ticket, so you thought you'd listen in from here.
That's ridiculous.
You had a fight with your husband and you came in here to get away from him.
Not exactly.
I'm close though. I knew it. You had a fight with your husband.
You didn't know it. And I didn't have a fight with my husband yet. You must know, I don't really. I've never actually. I don't like classical music. There, I've admitted it. I'm a Philistine.
Really? So you're going to hide in the bathroom for another hour and 15 minutes?
That was my plan.
Wow, you must really hate classical music.
I don't hate it. It's just that my husband adores it, and I get so tired of being dragged to these endless performances, which I never appreciate enough to suit him anyway. On the ride home, he's going to talk about the texture of Mozart's music and the counterpoint of this and that, and then he'll ask me if I liked it, and I didn't particularly like it, but if I say that, he'll ask me why I didn't like it, and I don't know why. I just don't like Mozart.
Or Beethoven, apparently, since that's what they're playing.
Ugh, it's all the same to me. Can't tell a symphony from a concerto. Sitting in that audience, I have the same sick feeling I had years ago sitting in algebra class. I will never understand no matter how hard I try.
You're probably trying too hard. So what if you hate classical music? I'm sure you appreciate other arts.
Of course I do. I'm not a barbarian.
You just said you were a Philistine. Make up your mind. Hi, Phyllis. I'm Nathan.
Susan.
Really? I was just starting to get to like Phyllis.
An overhead light flickers and goes out, making the room darker.
Oh dear. Hope we're not about to be plunged into darkness.
I have to say, this room is almost as crummy as the other one. I always imagined the ladies would be more elegant, or at least not this shabby.
You're gay, aren't you?
Don't be shy now, Susan Phyllis.
Oh, sorry. Is that rude? I just said I don't know. I always seem to get along well with gay men.
You weren't getting along well with me until about 5 seconds ago.
True, but now that I've told you my most embarrassing secret, we're friends, right? And now you have to tell me why you're hiding out in here.
That's your most embarrassing secret? Sad, Phyllis. My story is almost as boring as yours. The French horn player is my boyfriend, and my ex just walked in and sat down 2 rows in front of me.
Ah, and your boyfriend's the jealous type?
No, I'm the jealous type. I couldn't bear to sit there for another hour staring at the back of Tyler's head while he fondles the neck of some tattooed Adonis who obviously doesn't understand what a lying piece of shit Tyler is.
And you're hiding out in here because Tyler isn't likely to wander into the no urinals room.
Please. Tyler's so lazy, he can barely unzip his pants. Lifting a toilet seat is much too labor intensive for that self-indulgent pig.
As Nathan adjusts his jacket, a comic book falls to the floor. He quickly picks it up.
You were reading a comic book in a public bathroom? Oh, Spider-Man.
No, I was it. All right, fine. I was reading it. I happened to have it with me.
At a concert. Spider-Man.
Look, I collect comic books, okay? I'm actually more of a DC fan than Marvel. I like the old ones, Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, but those don't go out of the house. They're all in plastic sleeves, so I just brought What?
Nothing. Spider-Man wasn't in a plastic sleeve. Oh.
Isn't your husband going to think it's funny that you were hanging out in the bathroom for an hour and 15 minutes?
Oh no, he won't notice. He's listening to Mozart.
Beethoven.
Whatever.
It does warm my homosexual heart to hear that straight people are just as screwed up as we are.
At least. Let's see. Strikes against me. Born in the Midwest to racist parents. Overweight as a teenager. Never knew how to dress. Went to a lousy college. Wanted to write a book, but convinced myself I was too stupid. Can't cook. Pretty lousy wife.
Can't do algebra, hates classical music. You're a real mess.
Thank you. I did have one good thing going for me, though. A good complexion. In high school, the gorgeous girls would stare at my cheeks and say, "Oh, I'd kill for your skin." Who are they going to kill? Me? I never knew what to say to them. "I'm so sorry that minuscule zit on your forehead. How unfair that someone as otherwise perfect as you should have to bear such a disfigurement."
It is really clear, even at your age.
Did you think that was a compliment?
You have small pores.
So, we've still got almost an hour to kill. You have to tell me your most embarrassing things, besides the comic books.
Well, I'm embarrassed I dated Tyler for almost 2 years.
You must have liked him pretty much to stay with him for 2 years.
Yeah, I don't know.
The outside door flies open and Chloe enters. A bit of music from the concert can be heard when the door opens. Chloe doesn't seem surprised to see them standing there, but they're surprised by her. She goes into a stall and we hear her peeing. She comes out and goes to a sink. Sounds of water running. She washes her hands and drying them under the noisy dryer, then looks at Susan and Nathan.
Who are you hiding from?
Oh, we aren't.
Are you his mother?
What?
Who are you then?
2 people who were having a nice conversation before you barged in.
You're in a public place. How come you're having a nice conversation in a bathroom in the middle of a concert?
It's complicated.
That's what people say when they don't want to tell you.
Correct.
So who are you?
I'm Nathan. This is Phyllis.
Susan, actually.
I'm Chloe Gravenstein, like the apple.
There's an apple called Chloe.
Gravenstein.
My mother liked them. Good for applesauce.
I wouldn't know. My parents only make food you can cook in a microwave.
Chloe perches on the old radiator, which is obviously not turned on.
So, you don't seem to be leaving. Why is that?
I'm hiding out just like you two.
Someone will miss you if you're gone, whereas no one will miss us.
How profoundly sad.
Look, you should go back in there before someone gets worried about how long you're gone.
That won't happen. I'm here with my grandmother and she's already asleep.
What if she wakes up?
She doesn't wake up until people start applauding. I'll go back in then.
You know, you're ditching a wonderful cultural experience. A cultural experience, mind you, that your poor grandmother no doubt paid a staggering amount of money for.
My poor grandmother has a staggering amount of money, a big chunk of which she gives to this orchestra, which is why she gets all the free tickets. My cousins and I draw straws to see who has to accompany her every time she wants to go.
And you won?
What do you think?
I get in free too. My boyfriend's the horn player.
Ooh, trombone, I hope.
No, French.
Oh, I really only like the trombones.
Well, they wouldn't sound like much by themselves, would they?
Are you kidding me? You've never heard a trombone solo? Tommy Dorsey, Glenn Miller, Irby Green?
Do you play an instrument, Chloe?
Yes.
Well, what instrument?
Trombone.
Ugh, possibly.
Well, if you play in an orchestra yourself, you shouldn't be bored here.
Who said I was bored? I just get tired of sitting next to an old lady who snores. Are you hiding in here because you don't like the music?
Well, I'm not a big fan of whoever this is.
As they talk, Nathan looks at himself in the invisible mirror, fusses with his hair, smiles at himself, etc.
You don't like Beethoven? Oh my God, I thought all old people liked classical music.
Well, if we're applying stereotypes, I thought young people only listen to rap.
I do listen to rap, but I still like Beethoven. I'm sorry if I stereotyped you, though. You know, You have a very good complexion for someone your age.
Oh, for God's sakes.
But if I were you, I'd ditch the scarf. It screams, I'm an old lady and I don't want you to look at my neck.
She's got a point there.
Young women don't bother with accessories the way they did in your day. We keep it simple.
How do you know? Aren't you about 12?
I'm 13.
Oh, sorry. I'm not that old, you know. I bet your sleeping grandmother is older than I am.
She's 82.
Well, see, I'm only 60. Great.
Still seems pretty old to me.
Who are you preening for? The current boyfriend or the old one?
Hey, just because she's ragging on you doesn't mean it's open season on me.
Seems odd that someone hiding in the bathroom is worried about how his hair looks.
I'm not staying in here forever, you know.
She's dying. My grandmother. That's why I came in here, to try to get used to it before she wakes up and wants to talk about it again.
Your grandmother is dying?
The light flickers and comes back on, brightening the room.
I don't mean now, at this very moment. You don't need to call 911 or something.
How do you know she's on the way out?
My mother told me this morning. I caught her weeping into her half-calf soy latte, so I knew something was amiss. And now grandmother knows that I know, and she wants to discuss it, which is quite disconcerting. It's a topic to which I've never given much thought.
Does she? It's really none of my business, but...
Can't. She's known about it for a while, but now it's bad, so she's telling everyone. 3 months, 6 months, I don't know. What's the difference?
And it's too late to...
I guess. She refuses to do anything, so if it's not too late now, it will be soon.
Susan goes to Chloe and puts a hand on her arm.
I'm so sorry, dear. It's hard for young people to know how to deal with death.
What does young have to do with it? I don't know how to deal with death. Do you?
Well, I have dealt with it. I buried my parents and my first husband.
I'm sorry. So Beethoven lover is husband number 2?
4, actually, but who's counting?
4. And they say gay people can't commit.
I guess you're pretty close to your grandmother.
I wouldn't necessarily have said I was, but when I imagine her not around, I don't like it. I mean, she's always taken me places, like here, or to museums, sometimes theater, and I do actually appreciate that. She asks a lot of boring questions, and she gets on my last nerve, but still, she likes me, and I think I like her too.
Of course you do.
It's not a given. A lot of people don't get along with their grandparents. Mine, on my father's side, were terribly homophobic. I couldn't stand them.
I'm sorry to hear that, Nathan, but we're not talking about your grandparents at the moment.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm very sorry that your grandmother's died. But, I mean, do you really like her all that much? It's not just about the money that might disappear.
Nathan!
She could leave the whole bundle of it to the orchestra for all we know.
I know. That's what people think. Now they only like her because she's rich. I'm sure some of my cousins are already planning how they'll spend the money. Like we don't all have plenty already. I like going to grandmother's house. She makes the best curries out of anyone I know. And her freezer is always stocked full of samosas from that Indian restaurant on 4th Street. I like sitting on her terribly uncomfortable couch, looking at her art books that are so old the pages are practically falling out. And sometimes she lets me brush her hair, which is so long. It's below her waist. Most people don't know that because she wears it in this bun, but I love her long hair.
Of course you do, honey.
If she dies, when she dies, it will be over. I'll never brush her hair. I'll never sit next to her at a concert while she snores, and nothing will ever be the same again.
Oh, sweetie, I know this is a terribly hard thing to go through, but someday you'll be able to put your pain into a little box with all the other pains, and you'll close it up tight so none of it can get out anymore.
Okay. Thanks for letting me. Ugh. Mother always says one needs a good cry now and then, and I didn't want to do it in front of grandmother. She doesn't like people who attract too much attention to themselves. Ugh, I look all puffy.
Wash your face, honey. Always makes me feel better.
Chloe does.
Sorry I said that about the money.
No worries.
Your grandmother sounds like a terrific lady.
Dries her face and hands, inspects herself in the mirror.
Actually, she's kind of crabby and demanding. I imagine that's who I'll be someday too.
So you have that to look forward to.
Okay, back to the concert. Are you two in here every week? Might I run into you again sometime?
It's entirely possible.
Did you want to set a date?
You're funny. I hope I'll see you both again sometime.
So do I. Be well, dear.
Arrivederci.
Chloe exits.
You're not a very sympathetic person, are you?
We were talking and she interrupted us.
Oh, for God's sakes, are you 5?
No, are you 105? By the way, if you don't want people to treat you like an old lady, you have to stop calling everybody dear and sweetie and honey.
Don't worry, I won't be calling you any of those names.
We were talking about me before, my embarrassments.
Oh, were we? Were we talking about you, Nathan? By all means, let's get back to that scintillating conversation.
You don't have to be mean about it. If we're done talking, that's fine.
I'm kind of pissed off at you.
Obviously. I'm sorry, okay? When people get all sentimental, it makes me itchy. Like I've got hives or something.
My third husband would have driven you insane. There was nothing he loved more than a good cry. Daily, if possible. He was always saying sappy, goopy things to me to get me to cry, to break down my emotional roadblocks. Roadblocks I put up specifically to keep him out. His biggest thrill would have been to make me sob uncontrollably so we could have had a duet of tears.
I hate people who think if you don't put on a gaudy show of emotion over every little misfortune that you're a hard-hearted stone. I don't mean, obviously with your first husband, that must have been, how old was he?
26.
Wow, I'm older than that. How did he?
The door opens. Another bit of music can be heard. A pregnant woman begins to enter, sees Nathan, and backs up to check what's on the door. Susan and Nathan, interrupted, stare at her, and she stares back. She starts to go into a stall, but decides against it. Instead, she washes her hands self-consciously, dries them at the noisy dryer, and waddles out, obviously annoyed.
You think she didn't pee because I was in here?
Yep.
Well, I do feel a little bad about that.
A traffic accident. Same year we got married.
What? Oh, your husband. Oh, God, no.
I was sure I'd never find anyone I love as much. Later, I realized I'd hardly known him. We were so young and we'd just barely gotten used to living with each other. And then he was gone.
And did you put your pain in a little box and close it up tight so none of it could get out?
I take it you didn't like my advice to Chloe.
Well, I'm not sure that's the recommendation she'd get on psychiatry.com.
Maybe not. But that box has come open once or twice over the years, and it's not pretty.
So you wrapped one into a little box and you married number 2.
I married Michael 4 years later. We have a daughter, Katrina, who's all grown up now and expecting her first child.
So that one lasted a while.
Almost 25 years. Michael, I knew him too well, I guess. I could anticipate every move he made, every word that came out of his mouth. It seemed like we'd had every argument 24 times already, and I couldn't rouse myself to care anymore who'd won.
Did he have an affair?
No, I did. I had an affair with the obsessive crier. I was already sick of him by the time Michael found out, but then Michael divorced me. I got so mad I married the fool.
Oops.
I guess I needed a gay best friend to talk me out of it.
Well, we're spread pretty thin these days. There really aren't enough of us to go around.
Oh, I wasn't saying.
Kidding.
Nathan reaches in a jacket pocket and pulls out a card.
Kidding. Next time you want to marry somebody or divorce somebody, give me a call.
I'll put you on speed dial. Oh, you're a veterinarian. Oh, now I'm sorry. My dog died last year.
Now you're sorry?
I mean, I was sorry then, and I'm sorry again now. Homer would have liked you.
If so, Homer would have been the first dog in history to like its vet. So, number 3 didn't last long, and then you married Beethoven. So, how's that going?
About the way you'd expect.
Which means...
I'm having an affair with Michael.
The door bangs open again. Trains of music, and the woman stalks in again. She gives each of them a killer look, goes into a stall and pees, long and loud. Susan and Nathan try not to laugh. Woman comes out, vigorously washes her hands, dries them at the dryer, then turns on them, angry.
You know there's a concert going on in there. If you just wanted to hang out and gossip with each other, you could go to a coffee shop. Did you notice I was pregnant? Pregnant women have to pee all the time, especially if they've been forced to drink 2 bottles of water because they're broiling in this ancient oven of a building where the air conditioning doesn't reach past the orchestra pit. And their cheap husband won't buy anything but the highest, most hellish seats in the balcony, which he claims he likes because the sound is better up there. Nothing is better up there. And then I have to trek all the way down here to go to the ladies' room where the 2 of you are having your own festive little party.
Well, it's not technically the ladies' room anymore.
Well, I don't care where the dogs go to piddle. You need to clear out and let a person piss in peace.
She bangs out the door.
Oh my God. I don't think a stranger's ever been that mad at me.
What a race horse. Good thing she didn't wait. She would have never made it home. Okay. So anyway, back to the days of our lives. You're having an affair with Michael. Hating classical music is not your most embarrassing secret.
You weren't expecting husband number 2 to pop up in the story?
You're a lot more complicated than you look from the outside, Phyllis.
We all are, Nathan.
So I guess you're leaving Beethoven now and going to go back to Michael?
Oh, who knows? It's very confusing.
In my capacity as gay best friend, I'd like to say, give Michael another shot. He doesn't cry every day, and he doesn't make you sit through classical music.
I'm glad you're taking your new position seriously, Nathan. But I'm done talking about me.
Great, let's get back to me now.
Let's.
Okay, so I said I was embarrassed that I'd been with Tyler for 2 years, but really it's more like I'm embarrassed that I'm still in love with him. Even though I told everyone what a lazy, cheating jackass he was, Jeffrey, the horn player, he says he loves me, and I say I love him too. But now that I've seen Tyler again, remembering that he wasn't always a lazy, cheating jackass, just mostly at the end. And I'm afraid if Tyler sees me, but he ignores me, that I'll do something embarrassing, like maybe cry or something. And I'm embarrassed that I'm hiding in a bathroom instead of listening to my favorite Beethoven concerto because I can't stand watching Tyler kiss some hot guy's neck, and I'm embarrassed that I am not as hot as hot guy. I'm embarrassed that I'm standing here looking at myself in the mirror and hoping my hair will still have that little curl in the front, which Tyler always liked, and when I accidentally bumped into him as I leave the concert, and I'm embarrassed that I'm telling all of this to a complete stranger.
He turns his face to a stall door so Susan can't see it. He cries softly.
Well, I wouldn't worry about that last one. Honey, sweetie, dear. I think
God, I'm just as bad as number 3, aren't I?
not in the slightest.
What am I going to do?
You're asking me? I'm 105 years old and I've had 4 husbands. I think you should wash your face.
That's what you said to Chloe.
It's the best advice I have, and it's suitable for all occasions.
Nathan bends over to splash water on his face, dry himself off, and fix his hair.
I think we should go back to our seats now, before the concert's over.
No, I don't know what to do. You didn't tell me.
I don't know, Nathan. I have no idea what you should do. I do know that neither of us is a kid facing the death of our beloved grandparent. And if Chloe can deal with one of the hardest things life throws at you, you can deal with the fact that your cheating ex-boyfriend has moved on and is probably cheating on the new guy too.
Oh, I bet you're right. Poor tattooed neck guy. I feel so much better now that I think of it that way. I've folded up my pain and put it into a little box, and which I'm hiding in a spot that I'll never think to look for it.
Good. Now, fix your hair the way you want it, so when you run into him on purpose, after the show, you can give him a big smile, flirt with the tattooed neck guy, and make sure to mention that your new boyfriend is the handsome French horn player. Then walk away so he's reminded of what a cute little butt you've got.
You really think I have?
That's the only compliment I'm giving you, Nathan.
But Susan, you went back to your guy.
Yes, but not the first time I saw him out nuzzling somebody else. That's just jealousy, as you said yourself, not love. And besides, I'm not back with him.
But maybe you will be.
Maybe, maybe not. But that won't be decided in the crummy bathroom of a concert hall. Now go out there and face the music. Oh, wait. Give me a call sometime and let me know what happens.
You're a lawyer. I guess that makes getting a divorce cheaper, huh?
Go.
Aren't you coming too?
A minute. I want to put on some lipstick.
Nathan glances at himself in the mirror once more and opens the door.
Wish me luck.
I do. I'm glad I bumped into you and Not the ladies' room.
Me too.
Nathan exits. The light flickers again and goes dim.
Wonderful concert. Beethoven is my favorite.
The lights flicker and all go out. End of play.
Heck yes. How about another round of applause for our amazing actors who just killed it? As usual here at the Quarantine series. Amazing job. If we could have everybody on for our talk back, we're going to get started and get right into it. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for sticking around with and sticking with us in the chat, in the YouTube. Right now, we're asking for any and all questions that you've got for this talkback because there's a little delay between what happens here in the Zoom call and what happens there in the YouTube. We're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves before we get started with any questions or a round of questions. So I'll go ahead and start. What I need from you is your name, your pronouns, what you do, and where you're from and where you're at right now. So I am Logan Butcher. I am a co-producer and a co-founder here and the artistic director at the Quarantine series. I am a playwright, producer, director, and dramaturg in Houston, Texas. And my pronouns are he, him, his. So Anna Maria, could you go next?
Hello, my name is Anna Maria. My pronouns are she, her. I'm one of the co-producers of the Quarantine series and also an actor-director. Had the pleasure of doing both this week with these two productions. I'm a writer, editor, sensitivity reader, full-time journalist, and so happy everybody's here today.
Heck yeah. So now let's hear from our other director, Gina.
Hi, everyone. I'm Gina Magallon. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a Houston local actress, director, sometimes writer. I think this is my third go with these guys here at the Quarantine series, and I love to be here.
We love freaking having you. So let's hear from the cast now. So let's hear from Zoe, Maggie, and Zach.
Hi, everyone. My name is Zoe Ellis. I am a Houston-based actress about to enter my senior year at the University of Houston. Go Cougs! I like to do the Quarantine series stuff a lot. It's super fun. And my pronouns are she, her.
Howdy, I'm Maggie. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a recent graduate from the University of Houston. Just got my BFA in acting in these horrible quarantine times we're in. And I'm a huge fan of the Quarantine series, huge participant in the Quarantine series. And yeah, that's it. I had a great time.
Zach, next.
Hey, y'all. My name is Zach Howard. I am currently 1 credit hour away from graduating with a BFA in musical theater from Sam Houston State University. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm currently based in New Caney, Texas.
Heck yeah. So next, let's hear from Chanel, Sophie, and then Scott.
God, navigating phone Zoom. Hi, I'm Chanel Goma. I'm a spoken word poet, director, teaching artist in the Orlando, Florida area. and I'm really excited to be here, really excited to hang out with everybody in the quarantine series.
Heck yeah. Sophie?
Hey, you guys. I am Sophie Addix. I am my pronouns are she, her. I'm an actor, singer, fitness professional in Houston. And this is my first time working with the quarantine series. You guys are awesome. It's been a great experience. So happy to be a part of it.
Heck yeah. So glad for you to be here, Sophie. And Scott.
Hi, Scott Searles. I did the father. I've been a part of this for a while. I'm in Houston at the moment, done with school, and just happy.
Great. I'm happy that you're here. Next, I believe we're working to get Ellen back. But so let's hear from Monique.
So I'm Monique Giroux, and I'm she, her. And that's it. I'm in Philly. And you guys were so fantastic. Oh my God.
How long have you been writing plays, Monique?
So this is actually my first play. And I started writing in 2019, so about a year ago. And I've written other things since then, but this is the first one. And it was really, really interesting to watch you perform it. It was really great experience for me as a writer. Yeah.
Awesome. We're so freaking glad to have you. And Monique, of course, is the author of A Bitter Pill. And now we've got with us Ellen Whitlinger. Which if you could go ahead and introduce yourself with your name, your pronouns, and what you do, what play you wrote, and where you're from, where you're at right now. And right now you're muted.
Ellen Whitlinger, she, her. I am in Northampton, Massachusetts at the moment, or just outside of Northampton, I should say. And I wrote the second play that you saw, Not the Ladies' Room.
Heck yeah. Awesome. Let's also meet Madison. Would you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Madison Sutton. I am the general manager here at the Quarantine Series. I'm based in Houston, Texas, and my pronouns are she, her.
Awesome. So without any further ado, let's get into some questions. Actually going to kick off the questions to our playwrights with one from me. It's one we usually get a lot, but it's cool to hear. I want to know about the inspirations behind these plays. Really, the question comes down to why did you write this, or where did the first draft come from for you? How did this play start for you? So either of you want to go first? Give me a hand, or I could call one of you out. I could. Okay, Ellen, go first, and then we'll do Monique.
It actually just started because I was trying to come up with a place to set a play that was not in a regular house. It wasn't, just a kitchen sink drama. And so I sort of had a list of a bunch of places that I was thinking of, and the one that I kept sort of going out to the places. And I'm not quite sure how I came up with the idea of the bathroom, but once I hit on it, I thought it was really great because it seems like a public bathroom is kind of a place where, you might actually meet strangers, and you might, in that moment that you're not going to see this person again, so maybe you would share a little secret with them in this kind of odd place. So I don't know, that was sort of the spur for it. Was just, a strange place, and why are these people in there? And, once I came up with why they were there, then it kind of was, easy to go from there.
So the setting really was the thing for you that spurred this one.
Yeah, in this case it was.
Yeah. So sometimes a really strong setting is really all you need to get running.
Yeah.
And like I've told you multiple times, I am jealous because I want to write a play in a bathroom so bad, and this is so good. the bar is really high, but now I have a lot of tips and tricks. Monique, where did you start with this? This is your first play. That's crazy. So where did that start? How did this start for you?
Well, I read this great book by Mandy Kaling. And it's really funny because I actually didn't finish the book. But it was, but halfway through the book, I was like, oh, this is so cool. And she talks about the first play that she ever wrote, that she wrote for the Fringe in New York. And then I watched her show on YouTube and I was like, wow, this is very cool. And I can do this too. And that was it.
Nice. So we have actually a couple questions for you, Monique.
Oh, okay.
From the chat before we move on.
It's my plugs.
One is from Nicholas, who asks, "How did you think of the twist?" And so, I think that's referencing the dad, but it could be referencing the pills in general. So, I guess how did you think about the structure of the twist in your play?
Yeah. I think that's the hard part about a play is actually the story, making the story have a twist. And it just came to me over coffee.
There you go. Sometimes it's that easy. Awesome. I guess you already answered the question from Evan Boffman, who is a playwright that we worked with last week. We love Evan. Hey, Evan. Thanks for being with us. He asked what inspired you to get into playwriting, but it was Mindy Kaling.
Yes, it was.
I love Mindy Kaling. I love that. Cool. So now I have something for our actors. Specifically, we have from Kira Tatami, who we love Kira so much. Hello, Kira. Thanks for being here. It was for Sophie, so we're going to get you first, Sophie. But I do want to open this up to our actors in general. So, Sophie, this was your first time. What was it like for you to do this in a virtual format? So rehearsing and performing, what was that like for you in a virtual format? And then I'm going to open it up to other actors. If y'all have anything to say after Sophie, you can go ahead and give me a hand. What was it like being on this platform? It's very weird. It's different, virtual. What's that like, Sophie?
Yeah, I felt like the rehearsal process was cool because I could see everyone. You're very focused, like you can hear everything. Obviously, like, technical difficulties happen, but that can happen in a regular stage production anyway. I guess the weirdest part for me is just like not being able to look at someone in the eyes necessarily. Like, I feel like, I mean, and even in film, you don't want to look at the camera. So it was hard to like kind of train yourself to look more down and more at the camera, and then not being able to look at your scene partner, because I feel like that's just what I'm used to. That's kind of how my process is very like feeding off other people. So that was like the biggest challenge for sure, and will continue to be a challenge for me. But it's crazy how well it translates though. Like even just watching when I'm reading the stage directions, it really does look like they're looking at someone else. So yeah, so it's really cool platform the way that works.
Yeah, it's so interesting. A lot of the feedback I've heard from actors is like, man, I just didn't really know if like that felt, they didn't, like I just couldn't really tell, but it's like, man, like you're killing it. Like it does really translate really well. Any other actors have thoughts on performing on this platform as opposed to other acting like in a room? Zoe and then Zach.
Yes, to speak on what you were just saying, Logan, there definitely is like that tiny bit of insecurity of not really having that other person to like rebound energy off of, because so much of theater is that like kinetic potential energy between actors and audience and whatever is going on stage. And I think a lot of it is just an exercise in trusting your instincts, just like trusting really everything is going to go okay through a Zoom platform. And then secondly, one thing that I love about working with Miss Gina is that she really likes to focus on like text analysis, which is super important on Zoom because a lot of it is I don't want to say vocally driven because we've seen through the series that we can do lots of interesting physical stuff. But what I think that Zoom does is that it offers an interesting kind of vocal focus specifically a little bit. So that's one thing that I've actually really been enjoying is getting to really dive into that. We dissect it almost in the way that we dissect Shakespeare in class, as in like chunks and going from ideas and thoughts and stuff like that, which I think just makes you an overall better actor, no matter if you're on stage or through Zoom. So it's been really great, honestly.
Heck yeah. No, I totally agree. This is great practice. Yeah, I mean, and from performance to performance on Zoom, watching y'all get better is really interesting. It's great. Zach, what you got? I mean, if any other actors have anything, go ahead and give me a hand.
I was just gonna say that, like for this week specifically, in Not a Ladies' Room, I had the pleasure of actually doing my dialogue from a bathroom. So like that actually added a level of realism, and I felt like that heightened my involvement in the piece and like kind of the reality of me being there, so to speak. So I actually felt like because we're in Zoom and we're kind of have to be creative with the different ways that we can convey a story, with having a setting like a bathroom that we can pretty easily get to and replicate, it actually makes it feel more believable.
Yeah, definitely. The method acting Zach Howard, off the charts. Any other actors have anything to say on this one? This is the only question we're going to throw at the actors, I think. If you got anything, just letting you know. This is it. This is the one. Okay. So next, we're going to throw a couple questions at you, Ellen, about your script. I know it's spooky. So one from, we'll hit Evan's question, then we'll get Anne. So Evan Boffman wants to know, what are some other interesting settings that you'd like to see in a play, Ellen? You have anything else on your list?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, almost anything you can think of. You know, I'm thinking, I'm looking out my window and I'm thinking, what about if I have one on the street? You know, people just walking down the street, especially now when we're, you know, socially distanced and people eat. I don't know. Almost any place you could think of. I tend to have a lot of them that are in the, you know, living room and kitchen. So I think it's nice to kind of think out a little bit farther.
Yeah, just not in the house. Like let's get. What about? So you gave us a street. What about the craziest thing you can think of, Ellen?
God.
I'm not to put you on the spot.
The craziest thing. This was the craziest thing.
Okay. All right.
That's my best shot.
Okay. Good. I'll take it. Okay. So Ann Sears wants to know, how different is it to see your play zoomed as opposed to on a stage?
You know, I thought everybody did fabulously with this. And I love the workshop process. I thought that was really wonderful that we did that. The thing that was difficult for me in not hearing the audience. So I couldn't tell if the jokes had landed the way I hoped they would, or, you know, was this funny? Is this sad? When you don't have that immediate audience feedback, it's a little bit difficult, especially a reading is usually for the playwright to hear those things and try to understand how am I going to shape this a little differently so that maybe it works so it's a little tighter, or, you know, the jokes hit correctly, but you don't have that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I write comedy as well, and so like especially with things that you're needing laughs for, it is really tough. I guess the best way to do that then would be have this recording and then go sit in a room with a bunch of people and then watch together. That's my advice. But yeah, it does present that little challenge, for sure.
Yeah.
Good questions, great answers. So I have a question from Joseph Rohn, who asked how much rehearsal we were able to do before tonight. Gina, you want to tackle that?
Sure, I will tackle the rehearsal question. So yeah, these amazing actors, we actually only had one rehearsal, if that makes sense. We had a workshop where the playwright got to hear the draft out loud and we kind of got to have a discussion. But we had one 3-hour rehearsal where we got down and dirty with the text work, came up with any kind of physical ideas that we're going to come forward with the script. Like for Bitter Pill in particular, there was a lot of fun stuff we found, like the punch, Scott looking out the window, and then figuring out how to best storytell over Zoom. Like one of my favorite moments from Bitter Pill that we discovered was having Sophie be Chloe from the past, because we thought about that's an important storytelling moment that on stage would go seamlessly. We have her seeing this person from the past, but how can we do that on Zoom? And then we found a way to have her still have that moment. So yeah, our rehearsal processes are always playing and figuring things out, and the best way to storytell, and lots of text work. Yeah, just the one rehearsal.
Yeah. And we do have a workshop before the rehearsal, which is fabulous. And they got ton of great edits this round from those workshops. Awesome. So I have a question for me and Madison, really, and Anna Maria, if you want to chime in, go ahead. It's from Mohammed. Hello, Mohammed. Thank you for being here. We love you. I love you. As y'all are developing more Zoom readings, what advice would you give to young creators hoping to create communities through this virtual platform? What would you have told past you? Do you want to take that first, Mads?
Anna Maria put her hand up.
Oh, I didn't see. Anna Maria, you want to go?
Yeah, I can address an aspect of that. I definitely think that the most important part of this Zoom community stuff is safety. First and foremost, Zoom is a highly accessible platform that is unique because the arts are unfortunately very structurally elitist and exclusive, and Zoom is an equalizer in that regard and allows a lot of marginalized groups to take part in art in ways that they can't normally. So in order to really maximize off of that, I would really focus on making all of your Zoom spaces very safe. Like we use anonymous feedback forms. We have resources in place for all our artists. We have our privacy settings all configured to make sure we don't ever get Zoom bombed like we did that one time, the very, very first rehearsal. We're very clear and open about taking feedback. We encourage audience members and strangers to give us feedback. Like you definitely want to create a space where everybody feels welcomed and cherished and heard, and you should make that a number one priority when you're doing this, because everything is so touchy when you have that distance.
Yeah, that's so right. You don't want to run in unprepared. Mads, what do you got?
I would recommend to my past self to start an email account before we started, because back when me and Logan were using our personals, it was very difficult. Things were mismatched and it just wasn't good. So once we created that email account, everything just went a lot better. We connected it with Google Drive and all of our documents are in one place. Just really focusing on the organization from the ground up rather than building it as we go. But I'm from a stage management background, so I'm about that.
Yeah. I would say top thing if you're trying to create a community like this is just don't be afraid and don't let anybody tell you no or that it's stupid. Just go and do it. And just because people will, if you do it right, then people will like it. And then what I would have told my past self is, and I mean, we have done a lot of planning along the way. Like, don't get me wrong. Planning and testing, man, is those two things will get you so far. If you plan and test your plans before you do things, you will go very far on Zoom stuff. So yeah, having the forward thinking is really important. So awesome. Thank you for the question for us, Mohammed. I really appreciate it. So now, one of our final questions. This is for Anna Maria from Evan Boffman. Anna Maria, you do a lot here at the quarantine series. Evan's question reflects that. Which role do you find to be more challenging? Producer, director, or actor?
Oh man. I would say that each of the three roles definitely pose their own unique challenges. Particularly, like notably, acting on Zoom is different. I am new to producing, but I have done equivalent things before in various like organizations and communities. Directing, I'm completely new to as of like 3 weeks ago. So that they all have their challenges. I would say juggling them all would probably be the hardest, along with I do work a full-time job. Uh, so that's probably I guess that would be the main challenge. There isn't one that's harder than any of the others, but it's also rewarding that it doesn't really feel like work. Like the community response has been so beautiful, and like every single artist we've worked with thus far, we've worked with quite a few now. They've just all been so lovely, and everybody is so supportive and interested, and just so generous with their time and energy that I don't know, man. It's all great, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. But thank you for the question.
Nice. You flipped it over and everything is great, Evan. Take that. So okay, now I want to hear from Gina and then we can hear from our playwrights. So Gina, I just want to hear from you about directing for the quarantine series and through this platform. What do you think? What is that like for you? And what was this play like for you?
Well, I'll start off I feel like I've definitely grown as a Zoom director. I've been very, very lucky that you guys have allowed me to keep experimenting with the Zoom directing because it is different. But like I've said before, it really presents a unique opportunity to really dig in on some text work and just show how much that supports, your storytelling just as a whole and for the actors. But there's also so many fun opportunities over Zoom to get creative and, see what we can play with, like the moment with Scott looking out the window, or, we've done things before. I think at least two things I directed before where we had people peeking through blinds through books. So, you kind of just have to go in with an open mind. I think that's what I've always told myself is, it is Zoom directing, but you kind of have to treat it like it's not Zoom directing. You're still directing a piece, and it's still theater. I'm still looking at it as theater. It's just over a camera. It's still a room full of great people. It's still all these fun minds working together. So that's how I've been looking at it, is it's still theater. It's still directing. You just got to keep opening doors and keep getting creative. And I loved this script, and I love Monique, and I love her spirit, because it's an opportunity for us here at the quarantine series to get creative and dig into text work and come up with new ways to storytell in this new world. I think it turned out lovely, and we hope that we can see more from you, Monique, and Ellen. Your work was also astounding. So Zoom directing is gonna be a thing for now because it's great and we're having a good time.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. It did turn out really good tonight. I'll let you know. I'm so excited. Yes. Awesome. So now to sort of end off our talk back, want to hear from you again, Ellen and Monique. I usually end the talkbacks like this. As an artist, as a playwright myself, I had a lot of gigs sort of taken out by the quarantine. I think a lot of us have a lot of things that cannot happen because of the situation right now. So I just want to know, what is it like to see your work get put up in this way during these like weird times? How was the workshop process for you? Yeah, what did you think of the quarantine series? So I would like to hear from Ellen first, and then Monique.
Well, I thought it was a fabulous process. I had a great time working with all of you. The workshop was fun. It was great to get input on so many things. I like that, you basically had a couple of things that everybody agreed on that I could sink my teeth into. So that was great. In fact, this play was supposed to have been produced in a festival in LA in March. And of course that didn't happen. So the fact that, right after that disappointment, I got the email from you guys saying that you did want to do it. So it was like, really, that was great. Because I thought, it's just, that's never going to happen. Nobody's ever going to see it. So yeah, it was really wonderful that you're giving an opportunity like this to so many people in a time when we're not going to be able to go to the theater. I mean, who knows when we're going to be able to go to the theater again. So I think it's wonderful. And, I had a wonderful time working with all the actors and Anna Maria and you, Logan. It was really fun. And Madison, thank you for trying to keep me get up to speed on the tech, which I'm still not, but whatever.
Great. Yeah, I agree. The workshops were so much fun. And we're about to get to Monique, but I feel like both of y'all made some really strong edits from the workshop process, and I'm really happy that we could get that done because the scripts are both in a really good spot right now. And just excited because I know this stuff's gonna get done. I just know this is not the end of these plays. So Monique, how is this for you?
Well, it was a fantastic experience. So first of all, the ladies were beautiful, all of you, and the father, but you were just wonderful. And for me, like looking at this Zoom screen, I'm actually writing a play right now, and it's with Zoom because this is actually fascinating for a writer to see all these characters who are always on and always watching each other. So I think that there's something there because for playwriting, so it's interesting, really great.
Yeah, I agree. How was the workshop for you, Monique?
Well, it was extremely intense. I mean, I didn't sleep that whole night after that. I was
oh no.
I'm like, and then I procrastinated for a week. I was like, oh yeah. And then the day the rewrites were due, I woke up at 4 a.m. and I did them all in one shot.
That's how genius happens, Monique.
No, that's called undisciplined.
No. No, as someone who's written many plays, that is how genius happens. I'm sure Ellen can attest to that as well. Great. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad that everybody here seems to have had a great experience. That's gonna wrap up our talk back for tonight and our process for our double feature Friday. So again, if you're still with us in the chat and the YouTube, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I really do. And to everyone, have a great night. Check back next Friday. We've got a lot of great things coming down the pipeline here at the Quarantine Series that you don't want to miss. Check out our Facebook, our Instagram. If you'd like to donate, our Venmo and Cash App is at the Quarantine Series. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Bye. Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.